Hi, I'm Chad.
And I'm Kelly.
And
this is Success with Chad and Kelly.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So, let's be real, who couldn't use a little extra cash these days?
Right?
That's why today we're going to dive deep into the world of side hustles.
It's kind of wild how many options there are now. It's not just your, typical side gigs anymore.
No, definitely not.
I mean, we've got articles here talking about everything from, crafting digital planners to becoming a virtual assistant. There's so much to unpack.
Okay, so before we get ahead of ourselves, when we say side hustle, what do we actually mean?
Yeah.
It's more than just grabbing an extra shift, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved. Think of it less as a job and more about, taking something you're already good at or passionate about, a hobby maybe, and finding a way to, make money from it.
So turning your photography skills into a side gig, or that killer sourdough bread you make.
Exactly. It's all about tapping into that entrepreneurial spirit. You can learn new things, pad your bank account a bit, all while doing something, hopefully, that you actually enjoy.
That's the dream, right? And it's not just a millennial thing anymore either. I'm looking at some stats here, and almost half of Gen Z has a side hustle. Can you believe that?
It's huge.
Spending, get this, an average of 10.5 hours a week on them.
Yeah, the whole landscape of work is definitely changing, that's for sure. But it makes sense, right? Even if you have a 9 to 5, a side hustle can be totally manageable, especially with flexible hours or remote work becoming more common.
Totally. Okay, something that really stood out to me going through these articles was one that focused on side hustles that pay daily.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Talk about a game changer.
Huge. Financially, and just for your peace of mind, it can make a world of difference. There's a really interesting Fortune Recommends article we have that dives into the whole daily pay thing.
I mean, imagine not having to wait 2 weeks to get paid.
Right.
It really is. It's almost like having a safety net. If something unexpected comes up, you don't have to wait to get paid to deal with it.
Exactly. Exactly. No more worrying about those predatory loans or overdraft fees, things like that, which can really add up, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, just that feeling of seeing those earnings every day
Oh, yeah.
can be super motivating. It kind of keeps you going.
It's true. It's true. Okay, well, let's get into it then. We've got this amazing list of side hustles to go through. Some of these are those quick-paying gigs, and then we've got some with, some serious business potential.
Right, right. So starting with those quick earners, delivery gigs are always a good bet. We've got a couple of sources here that mention DoorDash and Uber, both of which have those daily pay features.
Yeah, and it's interesting because even within one category, there are different ways to get paid. DoorDash has fast pay, where you get your earnings sent straight to your debit card, instantly.
Yeah.
And then they've got Dasher Direct, which is their debit card, and I think you get cash back on gas with that one. Then there's Uber with instant pay. So much to consider.
Totally. I mean, it just goes to show, even if you think you know how something works, it's always worth digging a little deeper.
Yeah.
Fees, bonuses, how the pay structure works, all that. But yeah, the cool thing is these platforms make it so easy to just sign up and start earning, pretty much right away.
Definitely. Okay, this next one, it's kind of wild. One of our articles is all about mystery shopping. Apparently, you can actually make real money doing it. They even had a whole profile on this guy, Taylor Hayes, I think it was, who actually paid off his debt through mystery shopping. He was using this app called Field Agent.
Wow, that's amazing. It's great to see how these side hustles can have, a real impact. It goes beyond just making some extra cash. It can actually help people reach their financial goals.
Totally. Okay, so now let's shift gears a bit. For our listeners who are maybe thinking bigger picture, looking for a side hustle that could become something more, maybe even a full-time gig.
Right, right. More like a passion project turned business.
Exactly. What are some options there?
Well, becoming a virtual assistant, or VA, is consistently ranked as a top side hustle. And it's a pretty broad field. Social media management, bookkeeping, even planning events. There's a lot you can do.
And the earning potential seems really good, too. One of the articles mentioned VAs on some platforms making $18, $21 an hour.
Yeah.
And obviously, the more specialized your skills, the more you can make. Plus, you can often set your own hours, work from home, all of that.
Exactly. It's really about using the skills you already have or learning some new ones and then setting up your ideal work life. You're in control of your schedule, your workload, all of it. Another great one is selling on Etsy.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
I think it was the tech.co article that really highlighted the whole printables niche.
Yes.
Stuff like digital planners, wall art, even cute little gift tags. People love that stuff, and it's incredibly scalable. It's true.
Imagine you design something once and you can sell it over and over again. I think they featured a seller who was making over $10,000 a year just from printables. Not bad, right?
That's amazing. For digital products, you don't even have to, like, physically make. Okay, now one that seems a little daunting, but with a potentially huge payoff, building a website for passive income.
Right. This is definitely a longer-term strategy for sure. It takes effort up front to get it going. But if you can make it work, the payoff is huge.
The classic work once, benefit later idea.
Exactly.
Like with affiliate marketing, where you get a cut of every sale you make through your website, or Google AdSense, where you earn money based on website traffic and ad clicks. Yeah, the key is really building a great website, creating content that people actually want to read and share, and then getting people to actually visit your site. But if you're passionate about something and you're willing to put the time in, it can absolutely be a really significant source of income. It could even turn into your full-time thing.
Right. The ultimate side hustle dream.
Yeah.
Okay, but we have to be real for a second. Not every opportunity out there is legit. There are definitely some things to watch out for.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, there are always going to be people out there trying to take advantage of people looking to make some extra money. It's so important to, do your research, be aware of the red flags, all of that.
Okay, so let's talk about those. First up, those hustleless hustles.
Yeah.
The ones that are like, make hundreds of dollars a day for just a few minutes of work.
Hmm.
Always too good to be true.
Always. We've all seen those ads, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like online surveys, stuff like that, promising, crazy amounts of money. And I'm sure there are some legit survey platforms out there, but you got to be realistic. The earning potential is usually super, super low. We're talking cents per survey, not hundreds of dollars.
Exactly. And I know one of the articles mentioned that the average hourly rate for those types of gigs is just,
Painful.
it's shocking. You would honestly be better off walking dogs. And then you've got it's not a real business.
Yeah.
You'll probably end up losing money, not making it.
And we can't forget about those phishing scams. Those are getting more and more sophisticated these days, disguised as, like, some amazing opportunity that gets sent to your inbox or pops up on social media. They just want you to click a bad link or give up personal info.
It's true. It's true. And you got to be careful. But that's the thing, right? This whole side hustle world, it's changing all the time. What's hot today could be gone tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, for sure. One of the articles actually brought that up. Like, even just thinking about a year ago, how different things were.
I know, right?
New platforms pop up, tech changes constantly, trends come and go. It's a lot to keep up with.
It's kind of exciting, though, right? Keeps
Yeah.
things interesting. But it does mean you can't just find one side hustle and assume you're set for life.
Definitely not. You got to be willing to, learn new things, adapt to the changes. That's maybe where those daily pay gigs can be really helpful, like we were talking about earlier.
Totally, because it lets you experiment a bit more. If you don't have to commit to something long term, you can try different things out.
Exactly. Less pressure. You try something, see if it works, and if it doesn't, no big deal. Move on to the next thing.
Totally. So as we're wrapping up our deep dive here, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I think, honestly, it comes down to this. A side hustle should be about finding the right fit for you. Don't just chase the money or whatever the hot new trend is. Really think about, what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, how much time you actually have. Find that thing that lets you combine your interests with, making some extra cash.
I love that. It's about making something that works for you on your own terms.
Mm.
So whether you're a student looking for a little extra spending money, or you're feeling the pinch and need a new income stream, or maybe you just have that entrepreneurial itch, there's a side hustle out there for you.
Totally. And who knows, it might lead to even bigger things. Your own business, a whole new career path, or just some extra breathing room in your budget to pursue those passions.
The possibilities are really endless. We covered a lot today. Everything from delivering food to becoming a virtual assistant to like building your own website. We talked about avoiding scams, staying ahead of the trends. That's a lot. So as you're listening to this, what stood out to you? What got you thinking? Maybe it's something you're already doing. Maybe it sparked an idea. Whatever it is, we hope this deep dive gave you the info and the motivation to create your own side hustle success story. Until next time.